Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, guys? It is D Dun here, the most chill COD player, commentating over here on the Gaming VOD over another absolutely world-class insane gameplay. What you're going to be watching here is 104 gun streak on Octane. Now, 104 gun streak. A couple weeks ago, I did a commentary on this channel over a 92 gun streak, and I about pissed my pants because Luck, he came and he said, I'm going to send you this gameplay. Do you mind commentating it? But he didn't tell me what it was. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I look at it, and it was a 92 gun streak, 93 gun streak, whatever it was. And I was just like, holy shit, like, if I got this, I'd be announcing it to the world. He's just casually like, hey, do you mind commentating this gameplay? Um, and then this one was in my gameplays to commentate folder, and I looked and I saw it. And I'm just like, damn, Kevin, if I were you, I'd be posting on Twitter like, the rest of the world, you suck. I'm awesome. 104 gun streak. Hope you guys enjoy. That's all I can really say about it, except for the way he dies at the very end is I mean, it's typical COD Ghost. You guys will see whenever we get there, but this is gonna be a really, really, really long video. But I really hope you guys stick around because I have something. It's gonna be a pretty deep commentary, not like some bullshit motivational thing where I tell you guys to go out and accomplish all your hopes and dreams in life. Nothing like that. I want to talk about something serious, something that's happened in my life that, maybe some of you or none of you can relate to. I'm not sure, but has to do with fathers. I want to talk about the death of my first father, and you'll understand later when I say my first father, because he wasn't my biological father, but he also wasn't my stepdad. And then if I have time, I would like to talk about biological and stepfathers and stuff. So um, okay, well, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, my first father um, was actually, and when I say father, I mean my first real father figure in my life was actually my great uncle. So, it was my mom's uncle. My parents were divorced the year I was born, 1988, and um, and after a couple years, it was really hard for my mom to raise me and my brother, who's 5 years older than me, by herself. And so what I guess she decided to do was move closer to her family. So um, we moved right down from my great aunt, my great uncle, and then my great grandma and great grandpa also lived very close by. So we all lived very close to each other. And so from the time I was about 4 or 5 um, until I was 7, I want to say 7 or 8, my mom had not remarried, and so my uncle kind of became my father. We lived out in the country, lived on a farm, really conservative, wholesome Christian family, you could say. And, I consider him my father because he taught me all the things that, the father is supposed to teach you. He taught me morals. He taught me right and wrong. He taught me how to work hard. He taught me how to work with my hands. The value of a strong handshake and looking someone in the eye when you talk to them. He taught me how to treat women right, how to be respectful. Um, all those things that you're supposed to learn, he taught me. In addition to that, he taught me stuff because my mom had to work a ton because, she's a single mom. He also taught me how to cook. He taught me how to help around the house, which of course, the wife and appreciates now and everything. He just taught me how to be a genuinely a good, decent human being. And I just learned so much from him, and I can never be more thankful for what he brought to my life. um, Now moving forward, my mom did get remarried, and we moved still in the same town, but didn't see him quite as much. He was a doctor, um, and so doctors work crazy hours and stuff. So after we moved more than just 100 feet away from his house, I didn't see him too much, but we were of course always still really, really close, and he still always had that special place in my heart. And then fast forward, I think it was I can't remember honestly if it was my junior or my senior year in high school. It was the um, our high school football. um, scrimmage where first team plays the second team and stuff like that, and in front of all the parents in school and stuff, kind of like the you know upcoming preview of the season, I guess you could say. I'm pretty sure it was my junior year because it was my first year starting on varsity, and I was really excited. I had a really good game, and immediately it was about halfway through the game. You can always look up and try and find your parents in the stands. Um, through about halfway through the game, I looked and I realized that my parents weren't there anymore, um, and I thought that was kind of odd. And then um, after the game, my girlfriend at the time came up to me and she said that my parents needed to see me immediately after the game and to come straight home. And honestly, at the time, I thought that they were throwing me like some sort of like surprise party for, like I said, celebrating, my first year starting varsity and stuff, having a really good game and stuff to start a season, because football's a really big deal where I came from. So that's what I thought was going on in my head. Um, so, I changed clothes and everything. We went home and my dad's sitting on the couch and it was just him and my girlfriend, and he just looked at me and he said, you know I'm sorry, I don't want to be the one to have to tell you this, um, but your uncle Delbert died of a massive heart attack today. And that's just it. I mean, just like that, like my first real father was dead. um, there really wasn't much to it. I guess he was on a little vacation with my aunt. They were in their, oh, what do you call it? Like their camper. They were because my they were at a park fishing or whatever, and they were just hanging out. My uncle and my aunt were reading, and my aunt said that she just looked up at him, and he just took this massive breath, and then he was dead. And that was that. We had the funeral and everything, and I was absolutely devastated. Of course, when I found out, I went through all sorts of ranges of emotions. I cried, I was angry, I was just beating down doors, kicking things, just sobbing. Um, I didn't play football for like um, for like the next week. I didn't practice, I didn't play, um, I didn't do anything. I just sat in my room, and um, there were so many things that I didn't really have any regrets or anything because we did spend so much time together and everything. But the thought finally just hit me as I was thinking back on all the memories that I had of my childhood and growing up with him. Um, it hit me, the worst part about it was that I wasn't going to get to have any new memories, and that was one of the biggest struggles that I dealt with. Getting over his death was um, just thinking to myself like, we don't get to have any more trips. I don't get to help him on the farm. We don't get to go horseback riding. You know, all I have is what I can remember. Um, and it was absolutely heartbreaking. It was one of the worst experiences I've ever gone through in my life, and still to this day, I still miss him, and I still see pictures of us, doing things on the farm whenever I was a kid, and it still gets to me sometimes. Um, and luckily, like I said, my mom remarried and my stepdad's a great guy. I don't ever really call him my stepdad. I just always refer to him as my dad. um, and so I'll just talk a little bit about that for a minute. Yeah, so it was my first grade year. My mom was dating this guy and they got married and everything, and he's a really good guy. I'm sure it was a lot for him to take on, going from single. He was married once before my mom, but they didn't have any kids or anything. And then to jump immediately into a relationship with a woman who already has two kids, that had to be absolutely insane for him to deal with. well, maybe not deal with is probably not the best word to say, but for him to have to get used to. Um, but I'm of course always eternally grateful for him for stepping up to the plate and taking on that challenge and taking care of me and my brother. Um, obviously, like I said, like I feel like I had a really good foundation, so you know, I think he came into a good situation, and we've built on that. We have a really really good relationship, and like I said, I really consider him my father, but my real first father was my uncle Delbert, and I miss him. So I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that story, um, but I hope you guys did enjoy it. um, Honestly, I don't really have anything else to talk about. um, After that, anything else just kind of seems trivial at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off myself here. But I hope you guys do enjoy the rest of the gameplay. Um, if you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like. If you hated it, then dislike it. Check out links below in the description. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
He was throwing stuns at me, man. Asshole.
Bitch. We got Kobe Rogers, huh?
No.
Fuck on a 90. Oh.
Oh, Kevin.
Oh,
Top
shit.
strip.
Strip.
I'll count the window. Got him, he jumped out. Oh no, he's still on 18 wheeler.
I got him.
You need vest over here.
Aww.
Okay. That's strip. Call him out. I'm just ran out the back stairs of strip. I heard him. That was strip. He's nading me out the window again, Kevin. Save me.
In the corner, Chase. Yeah.
Through your
See?
leg.
See?
Front motel.
95 kills.
Through your chase. Just say you just threw your chasing wave.
SATCOM uplink enabled.
Trip.
Front motel.
Stun grenaded off my spawn. What happened?
Oh, no way. Right side strip.
Oh, you bitch.
Oh, we got a shotgun.
There's one bottom motel.
Got the guy right.
Left side strip with the other thing.
His name's Kobe Rogers. 24.
Top strip, you call him out.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Got
boy.
him.
He popped it, or Thomas out.
Good. Kobe Rogers, man.
There's still a guy top hotel left
Keep going
window.
top strip.
Guy in the window right in front of you. For it. Less on the right.
Bottom motel.
Oh, I got sniped.
No! Tommy!
He sniped me in the back diner. Oh, legend.
Wow.
Oh, you died.
I piercing armor.
Pressing.
Wow.
I kill piercing. Oh.
Me,
No.
me.